Hey there everybody and welcome back to Innsjø Kirkas. I have no idea if that's even pronounced somewhere near correct, but yeah, welcome back to the winter project. Many of you have asked basically for the next episode. I was actually waiting a little bit to push that out since Isla Napali had such an incredible go lately, and I was just so super happy to build in that park that I just went with the flow and made a little bit more over there. But here we are back in this park, and it still is my favorite park in terms of new things to try out. Basically, I have to boil that down to how I interact with terrain and with like realism aspect of how it looks rather than how it all would function. But here we are putting a little chairlift in. And this episode will be pretty much all about making some more good stuff in terms of making the island finished. We're going to go into a little bit of terraforming, also a little bit of foliage work. Nothing major. That will be done in a live stream which is running right now. So if you are clicking the video after the notification or within the first hour the video has been released, you might want to jump over to my Twitch channel, because at the moment I am streaming live this park. So to make it more simple for you, I'm gonna stream until about 8:30-ish on the Saturday evening, Central European time. So if you want to jump in, highly recommend to do so right now, because I am doing this. You also might catch a POV of that coaster, even though I may have to rebuild a few things. But yeah, the coaster still is kind of okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the coaster so far. Anyhow, so let's talk a little bit more about this project. As I said, it's called, and I tried again, Innsjø Kirkas. I have no idea if that's even, I mean, it's not even a word which has a perfect pronunciation, I guess, because it is a mixture of Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish, kind of. I don't know. And basically it all just means snowy island, or frozen island, if you want. So it's a little bit difficult in terms of wording origin, but yeah, hey, that's what I would call it, and that's basically all the meaning behind the wording. But I found like this would be the most suitable thing, yeah, so here you go, that's the backstory of the name. It's basically just this. Also, I wanted to talk about a little bit what has been going on in this park until this very moment. I have built this Mack launched coaster. I think we have basically talked about this for quite a while, and I think we also talked enough about this coaster. It's not perfect, it's not the most realistic coaster out there, but it's fun to ride. It's a okay coaster, and I think we're gonna leave it over there. What I wanted to say though is I wanted to first of all have people in the park. I'm not entirely sure if I want to have people in the park right now, since I tested this and it is kind of hilarious that all these people are running around in like summer-ish clothes. That's basically a thing I never really thought about in Planet Coaster. So yeah, obviously we don't have weather, but we have different biomes. So we have a very hot desert biome, we have a tropical biome, we have a more Mediterranean biome, if you want. So we have a Central European, and we have this kind of Nordish, winterish biome. So there are actually biomes that are definitely featuring different temperatures, and I would pretty much assume that between the desert or canyon biome, if you want so, and the winter biome, which we do have over here, there is a major temperature difference of at least, let's say, 40 degrees Celsius, if you want so. And the thing is, people are still wearing the same stuff. I would love to see people wearing different clothes, actually. I think that's, you know, I can't really believe, or I don't think that this would be too hard to do. Like, that's no major difference in terms of the game, since we do have all the elements either way. So you could get like different hats, different t-shirts, different trousers and stuff from the avatar manager. So what I would suggest is like at least having kind of 3 different variants, I guess. So maybe just having separated it into hot, medium, and cold. And I would love to see people running around like with gloves and like with big shoes, like even you know, it's like really you can see it's cold out there, and people would kind of go in the park where it's cold, and the same goes for the summer, and then basically everybody would have shorts on and stuff like that. So I think that that would make such a big difference in terms of biomes. That would add so much to the game without actually changing too much. I've never really thought about that, so why not do this? I mean, I think that could be a cool idea, wouldn't it? I mean, the cool thing about this would be that it definitely gives a better reason to use various biomes. I mean, we can kind of create our own biome. That's pretty awesome that we can do this, but at least you need to choose one from the existing ones, and that would then define which kind of clothes people would wear. But hey, wouldn't that be amazing if we would have like the choice to make them wear really winterish stuff or summer stuff? I mean, that would be awesome. Yeah, but hey, that's just the explanation why I don't really know if I get people in, since I tried to film a few cinematic shots for the videos in general, and then I had the people in the park, and I was like, that looks so weird. It looks all so cold. I reduced the saturation a little bit. I made it a little more bluish, get a bit more bluish tint into the cinematics, and then I was like, that looks so wrong that you have people running around that only wear a t-shirt, or even more crazy that some kids are only wearing shorts. That's not working, right? It looks so super stupid, actually. So I was wondering if that would be a nice element to bring into the park, that people wear different things. And yeah, so it's kind of hard to imagine this, having people in here and not having them actually dressed upon the weather. This all looks super fake then to me. Like, so for example, if you have a theme park like a Disney theme park where you do have a winter area, and this is kind of, you know, artificially styled to a snowy area, which you would have, for example, in the water park Blizzard Beach in Orlando, for example, or like the frozen area in Disneyland. I remember the Coke World in Disneyland Orlando, also themed to ice and so on. So basically that's working, since you do actually see that this is a area of the park which is artificially meant to be looking as snow, and you can really deal with the fact that people are not wearing cold clothes that would suit the temperature, because it's pretty much obvious, and this even is super realistic, since people, you know, it only looks like snow. But this island over here is really located in Norwegian-ish area, whatever, so I would highly appreciate if that would be a thing. If that could be changed. Yeah, but anyways, now we are getting already into spamming some trees and foliage. I have to be honest over here. I'm a little bit of a lazy prick in this case, since it doesn't really add too much if I would have done this all completely, like, manually, everything manually, and not using this thing. So I basically copied the little group I created for the background of the island, and just spammed it all over the place here, and just adjusted the terrain a little bit to it, since once I'm going to film the cinematics, I'm going to work a little bit with like depth of field and stuff, so you won't really see too much of what's going on in the background, and I don't want to bother you guys too much with like 3 episodes of me doing only foliage work. So this is basically the foliage work. We're gonna do some more work in the stream, which is, as I said, running right now, that's for sure, but I'm not willing to kind of, you know, I don't know, waste too much time on only building 2 trees in the right position. It doesn't really change too much from it, and there's no reason in doing more than what I've done over here. So maybe I'm going to create some more little groups, and then just go with the flow and spam this around, just rotate it a few times. And as you can see, I already started over here to take out some smaller elements of these things and just put them all around. But the cool thing about this is it only adds so much. And I have to say, one thing I'm also really happy about is the winter biome has, for me, of the pre-made biomes, the best choice of textures. Maybe because I think it's the latest biome that has been added with the winter update. So it's I think, did we get another biome afterwards? I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, the textures are like the best of the game, I guess. They blend into each other the best possible way. They look super natural. They blend very well together with all kinds of stones and foliage and stuff. They look super awesome. It definitely is in terms of art style, it's definitely the best choice of textures in Planet Coaster, and I'm super happy still to use this biome. It's really, really nice and easy to make terrain forming and areas like landscaping areas look decent and look realistic. I mean, just look how you can use the snow and the ice texture to make this lake appear more cold and more frozen. I mean, it changes so much when you have these kind of different color tints below the water level. I mean, I could have used the big billboards again. It's kind of piece heavier again, and I don't want to spam too many pieces in here, which are not really necessary here and there. So yeah, but as you can see over here, you can really see that. Just imagine I would go out of the building and you don't see the shades of all these pieces stick into the ground. You definitely can tell that these stones blend into the terrain perfectly fine. If you take another biome, it still works okay, but it's not as good as it is here. The other stones, like the stone texture, has a little bit of a sharper edge to the other textures out there. You always need to kind of work around a little bit with foliage, you know, some weed and stuff to just make it blend a little bit more gently into the terrain color, which you don't have to do in this biome over here, which is awesome. But yeah, we also gonna have like a few more things on this island. Don't know if and what and how much I'm gonna do in the stream today. We're definitely gonna theme the chairlift stations a little bit more. We're gonna have a chapel on top of the mountain, and since it has been requested quite a lot and I'm very willing to do so, I'm pretty sure that we're also gonna do a lighthouse. Not too sure though if I'm gonna place this on the island or if I make a little separate, little, very, very little piece of land where the lighthouse is sitting on. And I'm also not sure if I'm going to make this in Blender entirely. Like 8 meters could be a bit short, but maybe do it in 2 pieces. I'm not too sure actually, but I have to see how the proportions work out in general. And maybe I can do like a basis of a lighthouse and then retheme it a little bit so we can also use this in Isla Napali later on, just recolored. I don't know. Would you like to have a lighthouse in Planet Coaster in general as a TMT object? I have no idea. Let me know in the comments below, because we are already at the end of this episode. As I said, little reminder, if you want to see more of it, just jump over to my Twitch channel. If you have clicked on the video within the first hour of release of this video, then I'm still streaming on my Twitch channel live from this park, featuring some of my greatest hits on this playlist. And yeah, I hope to see you over there. If not, have a great day, and see you in the next video, I would say. Until then, have an awesome day, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye, guys.